What's happening, y'all? It's your boy Andrew Guzman, aka Staccato, aka No One's Hotter because I'm a new father. You already know what's going on, man. I'm out here teaching threads, representing Funky Lunks and the squad Orlando. Let's get it. All right, so when it comes to threads, number one, threading just comes from the idea of like taking a needle and thread and you loop it through the loop. So essentially, what comes with threads in dancing is you create loops with parts of your body by connecting your hands as such, or your feet, or whatever limb you want to create the loop. Basically, the rule of thumb is that if you break the loop, it's not a thread. Most of the time. There are some exceptions where obviously you kind of have to break it in order to make it happen, and I'll get into those in a second. But generally, you want to have that connect, and you don't want to break the connection. And that's what a thread is. All right, so some basic examples of whenever you have connects with your hands. Basically, you want to go by this. The harder or more complex your connect is with whatever limb you're using, the harder the loop, thus the more difficult the thread. So, for example, really basic threads that you can do are like with your shoulders, make a loop here, putting your arm through. Really easy stuff. Okay, now, the rule of thumb that I said about disconnecting and it no longer makes a thread, there is one example for here. Let's say I want to thread my head through my arm, okay? If I do this, obviously, I'm disconnecting from my shoulder because I have to get my head through. It is impossible to put your head through this and still touch your shoulder. If you can do it, show me, but I promise you it's impossible, okay? Now, what you want to do, however, is if you do this thread, you want to keep the connection against your body. So I go from my right shoulder, so right hand to right shoulder, dip my head through. Now my fingers are still touching the back of my neck onto the other shoulder, and then boom, my head is now through this loop, okay? And then you can unthread it as such, okay? That's a basic thread that you can do. So you have your head, you can thread your arms through the loop. There's basic threads that you can do with your legs. Again, it's all about the connect. You connect first, this is the loop, you put the limb through the loop as such, okay? Back of the knee, boom, here. So you can play around with different ways of connecting. You can even play with the ground because this is considered a loop. So for example, this triangle here, that is one hole. I can put my leg through it. I can put my arm through it, other arm. If I lay down, put my hand here. This is a loop. I can dip my head through that loop. That's considered a thread. All right. So as long as you have the loop, you put a limb through it, you got a thread. So I'm gonna show you some basic combinations you can do with some of my threads that I like to do. But the key is you want to make sure you kind of create your own by creating different connects. If you're flexible, you can use that to your advantage. If you're not, that's okay. I'm not. So let me get into the combination and show you guys what you can do with some of these jobs here. All right, so the combo I'm going to show you guys is like a real life combo that I actually use in battles and choreography. It's just a combination of basic threading. I have different variations of it, but I'm going to show you kind of a basic, like low to mid level difficulty thread combo. So we start with connecting the right hand to the right shoulder and doing that loop that I showed you before, where you thread your left arm through here. Boom. Okay, so after you get that thread, you're now going to connect your left hand to your hip to make this loop. So it'll be 1 and 2. Okay. If you don't have the flexibility with your arm going straight into like a perfect horizontal here in front of your body, that's fine. You can just turn your hips. Okay. You can kind of cheat it a little bit. But here and here, that's the first 2 threads. So we have 1, 2, and then what we do is we connect the hand to the knee, creating this loop here. 4. So we got 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to bring this leg around, connect it to the knee. 4. All right. This is a loop right here. So we're kind of going down the body. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Then here, you can kind of roll into it. You can just go up and down, however you want. You can roll into the thread. Doesn't matter. You put your right arm through, connect it to your left knee. All right. You're going to keep your balance for this. You connect here. You're going to unloop this, and you're going to put it through this hole. Boom. That's the next step. Okay. So what we got so far is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. We're here. Cool. Next, what you're going to do is, now straight from this angle, you take your left, this is your left leg. The back leg is your left leg. You're going to lift your foot up to where your hand is, and you're going to drag it down. Okay. So you connect it. Boom. This is a connection. Bring it down. And then you're going to take your right foot, press it against your hand. So now you have like a sandwich with your feet and your hand like this. It's very, very awkward and uncomfortable position, but it's okay. You're not going to be here for very long. All right. You're going to separate. Now your right hand is connected to your right foot here, okay? So let me go over that really slowly. We ended here, all right? We go boom, 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 okay? One more time. We go up, down, ha, ha. Now you take your left foot, bring it back to the sandwich, lift it back up to the right knee. Then you're gonna bring this over. So it's almost like you make a square. You go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's practice that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you have this loop. You're gonna unthread it. Boom, catch your foot here. Okay? When you're here, you're gonna do the jumping thread that everyone loves to do in light feet, and it's like one of the first dance moves I ever learned. Here, bam. When you guys unthread it and go to get ready to do the jumping thread, a good way to practice this, number one, you want to make sure you're holding your toes, so that way the loop is bigger, and it makes it easier to jump through. Okay, so you go, boom, grab by the toes. Okay, now if you can't do this thread, if you can't do that, a good way to practice it is like, in this case, we're jumping off of our left, so you're going to go here, and you're going to jump, boom, practicing that over and over again. You want to bring your knee to your chest. So you're going to go like, boom, boom. The higher you bring it up, the more likely you'll be able to jump through the hole. Then you do it with the thread, here, okay? And you want to use your hands to extend out and then bring this behind you. So if you're watching from the side, look at my hands. They kind of bend out straight and then come back here. Boom. And that's the end of the combo, okay? You end nice and strong. So that last part, just to show you guys, ha, 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 unthread, catch, jump through. And that's the combo, all right? So let me go from the top. Check it out. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so now I'm going to get into doing the combo with speed and music. So I'll show you guys how it looks. Thank you guys for watching. Shout out to MoreVisions for putting this all together. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys learned something. If you have any questions, hit me a DM. Instagram is @chaboy_staccato. Shout out to Energy and Tunes for making this dope shirt. You know what it is. Shout out to Mom and shout out to Dolly if you're watching. I love you, baby girl. And I'll see you.